I want to trust and believe that you're doing okay since the last time we had our lesson, and you're very eager for today's lesson. Remember that these lessons are brought to you courtesy of Great Achievers Online Schools. Find here lessons of other subjects as well as learning resources and revision materials that will help you prepare well for your exams. This lesson is facilitated by Mr. Lewis Mweberi Obare, and I will be taking you through the start of this lesson up until the end. Before we can be able to start our lesson today, it's very important for us to do a recap on what we learned so that we can lay a foundation on what we are going to look at on today's lesson. Well, during our previous class, we had a discussion on the disciplines that form business studies. That is commerce, entrepreneurship, office practice, economics, and accounting. Now, to start with, we said that economics refers to the study of how human beings strive to satisfy their endless needs using scarce resources. Commerce, being the second term that we looked at, refers to the study of aids and aids to trade, and we defined trade as well as aids to trade, and of course gave out examples of these aids that facilitates trade to take place. In order for you to have an in-depth understanding of this topic, I would want you to revisit our previous lesson. The link is on your far right side of your screen. Click it and it will lead you to our second lesson. The third term is accounting, and accounting basically refers to the systematic way of recording business activities for decision making. The fourth term is office practice, and we say that office practice refers to the activities that are carried out in an office. An example is clerical work, marking, communication. Well, the last term that we looked at is entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship basically refers to the process by which an individual or an organization identifies a business opportunity and looks for the necessary resources in order to start and run a business successfully. We then went ahead to look at the importance of business studies in the society, and the first importance that we talked of was that it assists members of the society to relate the knowledge and skills and attitudes acquired into the day-to-day business activities. It also assists individuals in appreciating the role of business in the provision of goods and services. The third importance is that it enables members of the society to appreciate the need for good business management. And finally, it enables individuals to understand or appreciate the role of government in business activities. We talked of so many advantages or merits that can be attributed to the study of business studies. I give you an assignment to go and do further research on the same work, and I hope that you did the same. And whenever you see such a question asked in any given assessment, you are in a position to give a solid and firm feedback. Now, before we can be able to delve into today's topic and a lesson, I would want you to subscribe to this channel if you're yet to. Kindly hit the bell button. It is on your far right hand side, so that you can be getting updates once a new video pops up, once a new lesson comes up. Also, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section so that our team will get back to you if in any case you have a query on how our content is being delivered. And this goes in a long way to support us and help us be able to keep this channel afloat. Now, moving fast forward to the topic of today, it's very important for us to look at the objectives of today's lesson as well as the topic that we are going to start. Now, by the end of this topic, you as a learner, you are expected to be in a position to explain the meaning and purpose of business. You are also expected to identify the various business activities that exist. You're also, at the end of the topic, expected to be in a position to highlight the types of business environments that we have. And finally, you should be in a position to explain how the various business environments influence a business. We're going to delve deeper into understanding the various terms that are on this topic, that is business and profit, and what a business environment is. And I hope that you're going to find this topic enjoyable and learn something new from the discussion that we are going to have. Now, to start with, we are going to look at the meaning of the word business. Remember that during our first lesson, we defined the term business alongside other terms that are common in business. And if you can remember well, we say that a business refers to any activity that is carried out by an individual or by an organization with an aim of making a profit. If I may repeat, the term business refers to any activity that is carried out by an individual or by an organization with an aim of making a profit. Now, we have mentioned a very important term here, profit. And I'm pretty sure that you've come across it at one point in your life. I want to give you a scenario to help you better understand what the term profit means. Now, suppose today you come to school with 5 shirts, and you realize there's a friend of yours who's lucky and wants to buy a shirt from you. If your buying price of one shirt was 200 shillings and you decide to sell it at 300 shillings, then 300 shillings becomes your selling price. And the difference between your selling price and your buying price is what we can term as the profit that you have realized after selling the extra shirt you had to your friend. So, in simple terms, when we talk about the term profit, we refer to as what the business earns above what it spends in providing goods and services to the people who need them. If I may repeat, the term profit refers to what a business earns above what it spends in providing goods and services to the people who need them. Remember the scenario that I've given you. The difference between your selling price and buying price is 100 shillings. And that is what we can call the profit that you realized. It is the difference between the cost of buying the shirt and the cost of selling the shirt. Well, the opposite of profit is loss, and basically this is the deficit that you get after selling or providing a particular good or service. If, for example, you sold that shirt at 150 shillings, then the difference between your buying price and selling price is 50 shillings, and this becomes a loss that and this basically becomes a loss because the selling price is lower compared to the purchasing price. Now, having defined the term business and profit, we can now move forward to our next subtopic, that is reasons for the existence of businesses. And this can also be called, we can also rephrase it as the reasons to why people start or establish businesses. We are going to understand what is the reason why businesses exist. What is the reason why people start businesses? I believe we have all come across various businesses in our home area, around our school. We are in a position of seeing various businesses that exist. Supposing that you're even schooling in a private school, that is a business that has been established by the directors of your school. Supposing you have a school canteen, that is we can be able to call it as a business that has been started by your canteen man. The barber shop that is near your home is a business that has been established by an individual to serve the various needs that the people in your area may need, as far as keeping general hygiene of your hair is concerned. So let us look at the reasons to why that barbershop, the reason to why the canteen man or the group of directors of a private school might have had in order to establish these businesses. The first point is that the reason why businesses exist is to provide goods and services. First reason is to provide goods and services. Now, businesses do exist to satisfy the needs and wants of buyers by providing them with goods and services. And buyers do include individual consumers such as you and I, other businesses, and the government. Now, I've already given you an example of businesses that you have seen. Well, the reason to why these businesses exist is to either provide goods or services. Take the case of your canteen man. The purpose of the existence of that canteen is to provide goods to you as students and all the stakeholders that are in your school. The reason to why the barbershop established the business is to provide haircut services. We also do have other big corporate institutions, or rather businesses, that have been started by a group of directors, such as a private school, to provide either goods or services to the members of the public, or to other businesses, or the government. Now, the second reason to why businesses do exist is to create employment. Businesses do provide job opportunities through which members of the society can earn money, which can be used to buy goods and services for the satisfaction of their needs. Now, so many businesses exist to create employment. Supposing the supermarket that you usually go to do normal shopping, I believe you've realized that the number of workers that are working there are quite a number that is not that small, and especially the supermarket has numerous branches. The supermarket, say, and we can give an example of Quickmart, has employed so many employees working in various sectors such as the casuals, accountants, marketing staff, managers, and so many other employers who are working in various departments of the supermarket. So the business has provided job opportunities, which has enabled members of society to earn money, which enables them to have a purchasing power, hence satisfying their needs. Another point is that business exists to earn profit. Profit is basically the main or primary goal of carrying out business operations, and it is earned by the people who put their resources and efforts in business. That is basically the reason why most businesses do exist, in order to make profit. And I said earlier that is the ultimate goal of any given business. Now, another point that explains the existence of businesses or a business is to be an outlet of new innovation. Some of the businesses do provide unique goods and services which may not be existing in the society. An example is plastic fencing poles that are now replacing wooden poles. Another example is the M-Pesa, that is the mobile banking service that was conceptualized by Safaricom. Remember when Safaricom was starting, it initially was providing phone call services to the members of the public or to its customers, and then it evolved. It came up with mobile banking, which was an innovation that eased the transfer of money. Another example is the Uber business. The Uber business came to bring about innovation in the taxi business. Back in the day, for you to be able to access taxi services, you had to go to a town or a city. You had to look for a taxi because they were, painted yellow lines and with tags on the rooftop depicting all that they are taxis. And then it was costly because fares were subject to change, because all determined by the driver of the cab. But now with the coming of Uber, that is the application, it eased the process of looking for a cab, and now you can be able to ask for a taxi at the comfort of your home or workplace, and within no minutes an Uber is waiting for you to take you to your destination at a very affordable rate. Now, there's so many innovations. Look at Jumia, for instance. Jumia is an online store. It is what you can be able to call as an online supermarket. It has revolutionized on how people purchase goods and it has eased the hassle of sourcing for a particular product, because you have a variety of products that you can choose from, and once you choose one, you can pay online, and your product is delivered to your doorstep within 48 hours, which is basically a very convenient way of purchasing goods. Same case applies to other companies such as Glovo that are dealing in food delivery, where you can now purchase cooked meals and they can be delivered at the comfort of your doorstep within a very short period of time. So this brings out this point of the reason for the existence of business as being an outlet for new innovations and inventions. Another reason is for one to be our own boss. And to elaborate more on this point, what we're saying is that some people run businesses so as to be in full control of the operations and make all the decisions regarding the business without the need of reference to people. Now, working under someone comes with a lot of pressure, and there are people who can handle it and there are people who cannot handle it. And some of these individuals who cannot handle being under the pressure of working for someone, they opt to start their own businesses so that they can be able to manage their own time, their own resources, and make decisions on their own without having to consult anyone. And this gives them the liberty of free will and to exercise or to implement the various ideas that they have without running or bumping into difficulties, because they are in full control of the operations of their business. And that's the reason why some businesses exist. If you listen to most of the entrepreneurs, they will tell you that at some point they stopped working for other corporates and decided to venture into entrepreneurship, to start their own businesses and run them freely, and thus starting up their own businesses and running them to accomplish milestones and success. The next point that we're going to look at is that business exists to utilize extra resources. So some people go into business to make use of money or property which is not being put to profitable use at a given time. Now, supposing that today you have 5 cars, and then you decide to take 4 of those cars that you have, because those are extra cars you can use one, and you only use one at a given time, so the rest is just extra. So you decide to use the extra cars and start your own Uber business. We can be able to say that you've decided to use your extra resource to start up a profitable business. That forms the basis for you to starting a business, because you have 4 extra cars and you can be able to use them to make money out of them. Well, sometimes you realize farmers, there are those farmers who are doing subsistence farming, that is farming for their own consumption. But in the event that they have surplus harvests, they usually sell the surplus to make use of the extra harvest that they have acquired on that particular year, hence making more money out of their surplus harvest. Now, another importance is that the reason why business exists is to basically utilize spare time. Some people run businesses in order to make use of extra time at their disposal and in the process make some extra money. A large number of formerly employed people have small businesses which they run during their free time in order to earn more money. Now, your teachers, there comes a time when they go for breaks, especially during the holidays. So they have plenty of time, that is extra time or spare time, to do some activities that are productive, that can bring about extra cash. There are teachers who are into agriculture. There are teachers who are into business, who have started their own businesses. The teachers who are doing consultancy, giving out consultancy services, especially regarding tuition, where they take time to give out remedial classes to students who are weak in certain subjects. So those are examples of businesses that your teachers do during their extra time in order to make extra money that is very essential, especially in this economy that we live in. Well, another point that you can be able to give is that the reason why business exists is to offer special services. Some businesses do provide services that raise the living standards of people. An example is the government enterprises that provide public utilities such as healthcare and water, and other commodities such as electricity. We have transport services. An example I can be able to give is our national carrier, that is the Kenya Airways. This is a company that has been started by the government to offer air services, that is transport through the air from one destination to another. And the reason why the government has started such businesses is because these are capital intensive businesses, and individuals do shy from starting these businesses because they are of the high risk and the high capital that is needed to start and establish these businesses. So the government chips in to start these businesses so they can be able to provide these essential services at an affordable fee, hence solving the problems that exist in the country. Other companies, I can give an example of KPLC that provides electricity. Now, KPLC is also a capital intensive business that was started by the government to provide electricity to the members of the public at a very affordable price, and hence improving the economy, because electricity is a very vital component in running the day-to-day business affairs as well as domestic affairs. Students, we have now come to the end of our lesson today, and on today's lesson we have looked at the meaning of a business. We've also looked at the meaning of a profit, and we have said that a business is an activity that is carried out by an individual or an organization with an aim of making a profit, while profit is what a business earns on top of the capital that it has invested. We have looked at the reasons to why a business exists, and we've said that these reasons, we can as well say that these are the reasons as to why people start businesses, and we have highlighted a number of them, and I do believe that you've gotten a deeper understanding of the reasons as to why business exists. Whenever a question is thrown at you, you are in a position to give a solid and firm feedback. So, what are we going to learn in our next class? In our next class, we are going to look at the types of business activities that exist. We're also going to look at business environments and their effects on the business. So up until next time, I want you to go and research more on these subtopics, so that when we meet, you will be at a better position to understand our next discussion. Students, it is always our routine to have a to-do assignment at the end of our lesson, and today I would want you to go and highlight or give 4 reasons to why an individual may want to start a business. Give 4 reasons to why an individual may want to start a business. This is a question that came during the 2015 KCSE exams, and kindly go and do more research on the discussion that we've had, as well as what you're going to learn, and do these assignments as part of your to-do assignment, and these will really help you whenever you are doing your revisions. Now students, we have come to the end of our lesson today, and I'm pretty sure that you've learned something new, and you have reinforced what you have learned on your own or in school. I hope that you've gotten a deeper understanding of the various terms that you've mentioned here and the various points that you've highlighted. In case you have any question, don't shy from posting it here on our platform. Remember that you can also get the notes on this lesson and all the lessons that you are going to learn on description lesson under this video. Click on the link and it will lead you to up where you can be able to access the notes on this lesson. Remember also to subscribe to this channel, ring the bell button so that whenever a lesson is presented, you are in a position of getting it. My name is Mr. Lewis Mweberi Obare. Continue preparing, and may God help you as you prepare for your next assessment, and may God bless you as well, even as you continue doing His will. Until next time, I want to wish you a good day